What is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream, day 66. Been going strong so far. Every single day our live stream has been very, very good as always. We've got some more news as always to talk about with Kaspa and crypto. Kaspa is on the verge of worldwide adoption. This may be your last chance to get cheap Kaspa. You know, it's probably a title you've heard before, of course, but I made a video that I released just earlier today, about 2 or 3 hours ago, talk about Marathon wanting more Kaspa. Effectively, the way I worded it, the way they kind of confirm that Kaspa's kind of where they want to go in the future. I recommend watching the video, definitely. I think it was a very, very good video. One of my better videos, truth be told, where it kind of covers a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about. There's going to be some clashes in the stream with what's better in the video, but it's a very, very, I'm very happy with the video, how it was. And that video for me also was a massive milestone. That was video 100 for me. That was 100th video of Kaspa on this channel. So that's a major milestone for me. So I'm very happy about that as well. We'll be going strong. And we'll continue to go in this fashion for the years to come. But as always, yes, we're doing these streams daily. Get into the news in a moment. But if you enjoy these streams, leave a like, please, because it helps out more than you know. Share with your friends to get involved in this channel and Kaspa and crypto, and subscribe for more if you're new. And if you want to know about crypto and market sentiments and other crypto projects, then feel free to join my free Discord server on screen right now in my homepage, also in the description, and also it is going to be in the on the chats right now. What's up, Richard, my man? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to get into the Kaspa news firstly. I'm going to kind of transition into the whole element of why Kaspa is about to take over the world, on the verge of worldwide adoption. So firstly, this actually I'm quite excited about. Maybe not as excited as some other parts, but still excited nonetheless, is the KRC 721, the NFT element. NFTs is a very, very small niche of a market right now. NFTs, were really, really big a few years ago. They popped off, everyone wanted them, and they kind of just capitulated. Everything just crashed. And no one gives a damn about NFTs anymore, which I get. But with the way this current climate is shifting, with digital technology taking off more and more, I think we're going to start seeing NFTs also becoming more, crucial element of our monetary system, of just the world we're going in, a tech system, a tech world. I have mates of mine who are very heavy on NFTs and certain other ecosystems like Solana, like Sui, and I'm excited, honestly, to see the Kaspa NFTs coming out. I might, and I do hope to try and scoop up some NFTs for Kaspa as well, because if Kaspa is going to be the next big thing, which I'm sure everyone in this stream believes that much, then these NFTs could be equally as big as well. And if, the fact of the matter being that, if Kaspa is on the verge of worldwide adoption, then these NFTs could be massive as an investment opportunity, and potentially what else you want it to be. But I'm excited about it. So, if I get one, we'll obviously you'll hear me about it. But I'm going to start looking into that very, very soon. I'm excited to hear about it. And of course, there's much more coming for Kaspa. Another reason why the worldwide adoption is close is due to also their KRC20, their exchange listings, their meme tokens, right? This was put out. Kaspa is listing on a tier 1 exchange, a centralized exchange. Now, this is speculation. I'm highlighting this for the sake of the fact of being that Kaspa have confirmed they are now they have officially, raised enough money to get their third centralized exchange listing, but we can't disclose an NDA. So we don't know the exchange right now. We know Kaspa's going to get a listing, don't know who it is, but this will be the biggest listing of KRC20 to date. So by that logic, the biggest of KRC20 to date is going to probably be the biggest listing so far in regards to volume and adoption. To my knowledge, is XT, which actually is the exchange that Kaspa goes to. Kaspa is on. Kaspa completed all the steps for XT listing, so that could be the final stage of integration right now. So Kaspa is going to be on XT very, very shortly. It's going to be very, very cool. So whoever this listing is for Kaspa, not Kaspa that goes to Kaspa, should be bigger than XT. And I speculated that it's most likely going to be an exchange that Kaspa is already a part of, because it would make sense if it was a brand new exchange that Kaspa's not a part of, and tier 1, if you will, that would be, well, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think it's just more likely to list Kaspa first than the meme token. I'd like to believe, but again, I might be wrong. I'm just your internet guy. But either way, in that regard, then the exchanges that are bigger than XT in terms of volume come from Gate, Bybit, Mexi. Right now it says BitTrue, but it'd be KuCoin as well. Now, I'm not so much. It could be BitTrue as well, but the ones that I'm speculating right now would be most likely Gate, Mexi, or KuCoin. Now, the way this account puts it is going to be a tier 1, and look through the comments trying to find out what's legit or not. Kind of saying like, what defines a T1? Only the name. So it's just kind of the people trying to, ultimately the point being people are very excited about it, and it's fairly so. you have a right to be excited. You know, Kaspi is one of the, in my opinion, the top 3 or 4 meme tokens on the KRC20 ecosystem. You have, a number of them. I've checked this previous times in my previous streams. Obviously, Nacho is the biggest one. Kaspi is right up there right now, which also is, it's shot up massively, 97% in the last 7 days. Most of that happened in the last 24 hours. That's insane. Kas Kaspa again, also a big one. Pepe's been going a lot of traction recently as well, 46%. Gold, of course, is one that's very, very big, and Sump's another one that's talked about quite a lot as well. But Kaspi, I mean, it's good to see that. Don't make no mistake, good to see it. All these tokens start to get more and more adoption, and these listings are going to help very, very much with these token adoption, but also help with Kaspa's adoption as well going forward. I'm waiting to see what the listing is. Again, Kaspi confirm, NDA, can't disclose it, but it's the first listing and it's the biggest one yet to KRC20. So again, I don't think it's going to be the tier ones that we suspect, which is the tier ones that I'm going to list off being, Gemini, Robinhood, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com, arguably OKX, but I think that's probably bordering maybe tier 2. Could be Bybit. Bybit arguably is a tier 1. It's like massive. It's top 3, so I'd argue that Bybit actually is a tier 1, but in the community we tend to not say it is. That's why everyone's saying Kraken's going to be the first tier 1. But that's up to speculation, of course. But either way, I don't think it's going to be one of these massive tier 1s. I think it's going to be a big exchange, maybe the MEXCs or, like I said, maybe the MEXCs or the Gates or the KuCoin's a big exchange, the biggest one yet, as confirmed, but I don't think it'll be tier 1. But either way, point being, we're going to see a massive announcement. So I'm excited to see it all in all. Very big to see that, and what we'll probably see then, again, that's probably why Kaspi is rallying right now, up almost 100%, 2x in the past 24 hours or so. We're going to see it, rally up, the listing will come out, and when the listing comes out, you're seeing the price, correct accordingly, because that's all the FOMO. Right now, this is all by the rumor. This is most definitely a big rumor. The biggest listing to date for KRC20. The rumor is mad. The FOMO for Kaspi is now mad. When the listing is confirmed and it comes out, you'll probably then start seeing a correction in price. That's what I suspect you'll see. Which then means if you want to pick up Kaspi on a listing, you can get some for cheap, which is also very, very cool. But again, this is the sort of stuff again that will help in Kaspa build up its adoption to be on the verge of worldwide adoption. This is just another element to it. There's loads of different pieces of the puzzle that will help this. You've got, again, meme tokens will be a big thing. NFTs will be a big thing as well in the future. The biggest ones, of course, is the KRI and I guess Marathon as well. Which I'll get into in just a moment, but I'm going to answer the question because I've got a lot popping up in the chat right now. Leo, my man, welcome back to the stream. Michael Tyson, last shakeout before the last shakeout. You know it. I think Kaspa's about to gear up. Right now, Kaspa is rallying in accordance to Bitcoin to an extent. Bitcoin right now is seemingly trying to make its push towards the 63k level of resistance, which is around this region. It seems to be the level of resistance for Bitcoin. Maybe, around, probably around here. The Bitcoin's trying to make this push up towards it now, which, seemingly that's why crypto's going up a little bit. We'll see where it goes. I think Kaspa isn't. I think this probably, again, if there's something, World War III breaks out, this is probably the bottom for Kaspa right now. I like to believe that. Again, you see it's still forming, even in crashes. This is a crash here, it's like heavy correction. There's still higher lows, which shows that Kaspa in itself is still going up in value. Despite, the fact that Kaspa's right now valued lower than it was at its all-time high in November, it is, for the most part, still accumulating and growing more and more. And that's apparent from its hash rate as well. In fact, its all-time high hash rate, it's not going to show here, but I saw it yesterday. It was at, there you go, look. 1.2 EH. That is 1,200 petahash per second. That is 3 times as large as in July, when Kaspa was at 300-400. Before Marathon announced, again, this stuff I talked about in my video that I made earlier. Marathon announced, of course, they were going to start. They've been mining Kaspa in secret since September of 2023, and then July 2024. So 3 months ago, they announced doing it. They've been doing it publicly. They also confirmed they've been accumulating and buying more and more, building up their portfolio of Kaspa more and more every single month or continuously since they announced that in July. That's also the reason why the hash rate's been going higher and higher. This is very important for proof of work project. Make no mistake of it. What's up, Falcon, my man? Welcome back to the stream. I bought some memes today. I'm doing good for the first time with memes. Moondeng on ETH is pumping. Yeah, Moondeng is one of the most popular memes right now. I have been a little bit looking into memes a little bit. Again, purely because for the fact that, I've already disclosed my opinion on memes. I'm not the biggest lover of them, but I also do understand that I'm ultimately who I am, who we are investors. We want to make money. That's our whole role in this. We want to make money. We want to have the ability to do what we want. We have money, and I might not like meme tokens because they're very, very risky, and there are better ways to get. You can make money. Like investing into Kaspa or Bitcoin or the other projects for long term will make you money. But if you can find the strategy for you that works for you making money through meme tokens by flipping quick profit, then why would you hate on it? That's currently why I'm now starting to look into meme tokens. I don't think I'm going to talk about meme tokens really as a sort of like quick crypto like he not Coin Galaxy like he does. I don't think I'll talk about meme tokens like that. But I have been looking into it a little bit. I still, for the most part, I'm a believer of Kaspa, of course. And I think the Kaspa meme token will be very, very big. And in due time, I'm sure I'm going to start talking about other projects, probably the likes of gaming, because I'm big on gaming projects. I'm also going to delve into a little bit in AI, because AI is equally going to be a massive, massive sector. We'll see this streaming kind of expand as we go on. But the meme side of things, I think, is looking very good. I think the meme market as well, for the most part, is actually very, very undervalued, all things considered. So in this bull cycle, we can see a lot of pumps of some meme tokens, which is quite cool to see. At least from what I've heard through the grapevine, right? Yeah, again, Pep right now, Pepe is seemingly doing quite well. Pepe is just kind of it's a derivative of the actual Pepe. It's a KRC20 version of the actual Pepe, which is here. So, will it do amazing? You can't really say for sure. But right now it's rallying up. So if you're holding Pepe, then, more power to you guys. Congratulations of all sense. Kaspa is a KRC20 Dartle. Yeah, I mean, right now, again, Nacho is the one that's shining in the light. Kaspa goes people like, but it's not talked about as much. Kaspa is one that seemingly has a lot of people, loving for it. Pepe seeming to get a bit of attention and go. These are the top 5 I think here that everyone's talking about. Notcha has some attention. It's kind of dripped off a little bit, and then people don't really talk about Stomps that much, which I get. But who knows what happens for Stomps in the future? Is Mexi? Or if it is Mexi, then if it is Mexi, then I don't. Mexi is not a tier 1. Again, I don't think it is a tier 1. It's a big exchange. Mexi is a big exchange, but either way, Mexi is definitely the biggest one. Like if you look at the listings, XT is very big, just short of 2 million 24-hour trading volume, but Mexi is like 3.5. Mexi is one of the biggest exchanges. At number 11 right now. KuCoin's top 10, Gates 8. So these are big exchanges here. They're not tier 1s, but they're big exchanges nonetheless. Pepe is going to the number 1 charts don't lie in comparison versus case. Pepe might be a big one. We have to wait and see. Again, we're still very, very early, and what's going to help with that to see where Pepe and other meme tokens go is their adoption and listings, and what's coming, and also the adoption and stuff coming to Kaspa. I still have not heard any news regarding the Change Finance DEX. Maybe someone else has, and you can let me know on my free Discord server. Again, shameless plug, a link in the description right now, and also in the chat. But I'm hearing about that. And that'll be very, very big for these meme tokens, also for Kaspa. But what's going to help Kaspa as well is Marathon and the KRI. Now I'm going to get to this real quickly again. I made a much more structured video earlier today, which I definitely recommend checking out. Number 100 for me, big video. But in this, basically, it's a Fed Thiel here, basically just talking about, according to Bloomberg NEF New Energy Outlook report that just published yesterday. Also, we just talk about the fact that 35 million miles of new grid networks are needed to be built right now, and going to cost $24.1 trillion. That is going to cost an substantial amount of money. So much money for the renewable part of the world, just trillions upon trillions of dollars. It's stupidly expensive, right? And it's going to take time to do that. Like, money doesn't grow on trees out of the day. Despite the fact that America is just printing money like it doesn't matter, it doesn't grow on trees. So Fed Thiel is saying, we can basically, bring a solution to the meantime until the grid networks catch up to take power to the consumer. We can utilize Bitcoin mining instead. And that's where I feel like he's given a hint, but he's not saying it how he wants to. Again, this might be my bias because of course I'm a Kaspa holder, but Bitcoin mining is, it's slow. Bitcoin is slow. It's not scalable. Kaspa is. Kaspa is meant to be the Trilemma or basically the Bitcoin 2.0. And he spoke about, Kaspa. I haven't preloaded it because I'm a moron. But he spoke about Kaspa in a interview with Forbes magazine. Where is it? Yeah, I'm just very... I'm sure this is my stream yesterday as well, a little bit. But I also made a video on it just now. But here, so he talked about... he talked in this video here, in the Forbes magazine. He basically spoke about the fact that, we continue to mine Kaspa. We've gone on capacity a handful of times. Kaspa's got a very strong price appreciation lately, and they also spoke about in this section the fact that Kaspa technology is very interesting, but the fact it's a block DAG instead of a blockchain, and it's got it's very profitable right now. All this sort of stuff as well. He does of course link constantly reiterate to the fact that being that we still hold Bitcoin. We think we could use buy Kaspa to then buy Bitcoin, mine Kaspa to buy Bitcoin, and then we could also, if Kaspa becomes unprofitable, we'll then switch back to Bitcoin. But that's the thing as well. The KRI. And I think I think they did this on purpose, right? It's kind of like in response to Fred Thiel's post here and his interview with Forbes here, where they said Kaspa mining is likely to become more profitable, despite the fact that the emission schedule is very aggressive. So Kaspa mining in due time will become less profitable than Bitcoin in due time. Because of what Kaspa's going to be done with the KRI, it'll become more profitable. Because they're going to help in the energy transition. Look, a great way to help the energy transition until the networks catch up. That's exactly what Fred Thiel said here. Until the grid networks catch up and take power off the consumer. But he's talking about Bitcoin mining. Kaspa's obviously talking about Kaspa. Kaspa has far greater utility for the energy sector, generally because of its capabilities and how we plan on using it as a base layer for the new energy markets. Fred Thiel, he's not an idiot. Of course he's not. He's the CEO of Marathon. He's one of the most. He's one of the, not if the biggest miner for crypto Bitcoin in the world. Their shareholders include the likes of BlackRock, Jane Street, Vanguard, and many, many more. So he knows what he's talking about, Fred Thiel. And of course, he's talking about Bitcoin mining. Everyone right now is on Bitcoin, but you've got to keep in mind as well that these institutions are going to want to make money, of course, but they're not going to tell you what they're going for necessarily. They're talking about Bitcoin. I'm not saying they're not going to go for Bitcoin. They're talking about Bitcoin. Fair enough. Yeah, Bitcoin's amazing. But there's no doubt in my mind that while talking about Bitcoin, behind the scenes they're looking at other projects that actually can maybe one-up Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is great, but for example, when it comes to payment rails right now, it won't be Bitcoin. Right now it's going to be probably Ripple and XRP or XLM Stellar or HBAR, Hedera. In due time, maybe it's going to be Kaspa. Kaspa has the technology to do so, and the KRI are going to help them. KRI, again, did it preload this because I'm just so smart. KRI are going to, the mission is to drive enterprise-grade applications in finance, energy, logistics, and carbon trading with Kaspa. They're going to be a market enabler for Kaspa. That's what the KRI's job role is, to make Kaspa the next level up. What Rory O'Neill said in his interview was also very interesting. He also mentioned about the fact that they're going to help Kaspa make the ideal perfect smart contracts for the sector they want to get into. They're going to help accelerate the production of smart contracts for Kaspa as well. I highly encourage everyone to listen to this video. I made a video on it, but this interview is very, very insightful, eye-opening to what Kaspa's coming. Again, why Kaspa's on the verge of worldwide adoption is because of everything that the KRI are trying to do, and the fact that, in my opinion, Fred Thiel is linking. He's constantly talking about Kaspa. He talks about Kaspa more and more about how good it is, and the reason why they're getting involved in it, right here, why they're mining, why they've been increasing their accumulation and capacity of mining Kaspa, and have done since they announced it in July. But he's obviously still talking about Bitcoin, because again, his shareholders are Bitcoin people, Bitcoin maxis. If he's just said, yeah, we're mining Kaspa now, that would cause mayhem. Bitcoin would collapse. Well, not collapse, but you get what I mean. So I feel like he's talking about Kaspa, trying to bring adoption and awareness to Kaspa little bit by little bit, saying we're slowly accumulating more and more, to hopefully maybe one day flipping their incentive to now be, okay, now we're going to be on Kaspa now, because Kaspa actually is going to be more profitable for mining, whether it's going to be in the energy sector. Bitcoin mining could help, but actually Bitcoin mining may not be the answer. Maybe it's going to be Kaspa instead, due to its scalability, that it hasn't got any issues. It's a trilemma solver. Fair launch proof of work like Bitcoin, but it solves a trilemma. It is scalable at scale. Roy O'Neill has disclosed many groundbreaking things about Kaspa, why they love it, and why it's going to be the next major thing. It's perfect for everything they wanted in the energy sector. He has been in the energy sector for 20 plus years, in blockchain space since 2015, 9 years. So he's someone who definitely knows what he's talking about, institutionally important person in that regard then. And he's so bullish on Kaspa because of all the applications they can use it for the fact that it is able to handle DLT solutions at scale. KRI is going to be the most revolutionary thing for Kaspa, in my opinion, there's no doubt about it. And it's going to be an event in just 10 days' time. 10 days' time, very, very soon. 15th to 16th of October in Austria, at a DII summit, where they'll be introducing Kaspa and KRI energy initiatives to the energy industry leaders, key leaders, right here. Now, I'm going to link. Again, this is stuff I put in my video, so you can check it out for yourself. I put the links in there as well. I can showcase this here so we can look at the names, but the pictures aren't unfortunately showing up. I don't know why. The picture's obviously right here, but some of the names are truly mind blowing. You've got ACT Group, you've got the likes of your ACX, Air Carbon Exchange. You got your Bureau of you got Central European Gas Hub, China Electrical Power Research Institute. You got like CWP Global, that's massive. Obviously, you got the DI people there, Paul Van Son as well. You got DI people there, like European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. I'm just going through this quite as slow as I can, but just look at all these massive Geostock, massive institution, leaders, if you will, in this space, and not all energy as well. Most of the loads of them seem like energy. Not all of them are energy. You got some of them that are banks as well. I know I saw one earlier when I was looking through this. Where is it? United Nations Industrial Development Organization, World Bank. The World Bank's there. They're not talking about energy. Well, not, I mean, it's a consultant energy and extractive, so it's energy sector still, but it's not just the energy sector. It's sectors all around the world in different finance. It's finance as well as energy sector as well as manufacturing, all over the place. That's people are going to be talking. They're going to be talking about KRI and Kaspa to all these massive people. Again, Kaspa is on the verge of worldwide adoption. These things take time. You got to keep in mind. I'm not saying Kaspa's going to jump to $200 tomorrow. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. I'm not going to jump that high that quickly. But what KRI are doing for Kaspa is going to be revolutionary. They're going to help Kaspa grow much more in adoption, and this is going to be a key factor to getting Kaspa's adoption growing more and more. And the adoption will correlate to more use case. The more use case will correlate to increase in hash rate. And that'll increase to a price rise in due time. We're still waiting for tier ones, of course. It's going to be the big thing for Kaspa. The Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, you name it, Crypto.com. That'd be big for Kaspa, of course. But what I'm seeing here makes me say with full confidence, I do not care where Kaspa goes in this bull cycle. You might disagree with me with that. You're welcome to disagree with me. I don't care. Kaspa could reach $2. It could reach 50 cents in this cycle. I really don't care. Because when this gets into motion, and Kaspa becomes an integral part of the energy sector, a market in the emissions carbon market, carbon emissions market, by 2030, 5 years' time, should reach $2 trillion. When Kaspa becomes an integral part of the energy sector and the finance sector, energy sector, the logistics sector, and the carbon trading, everything else, when Kaspa becomes an integral part of that, 50 cents Kaspa is laughably cheap. I don't care how high Kaspa goes in the cycle. I care about where its future is going to be. And I see what it's going to be used for, and I'm like, okay, well, Kaspa has to increase the value from here. It has to. Kaspa it wouldn't be able to handle it at 50 cents. When its use case takes off, so its price will. So ultimately, yes, I can still say, I believe $5 Kaspa in the cycle. Still strongly believe that. Whereas smart contracts come out even higher, depending on timing, of course. If it comes to bear cycle, maybe not, but still, it helps the catalyst anyways. Dagnite still higher. Well, the KRI do and the marathon are getting more and more involved into that is going to make Kaspa different, just built different. It is built different, but it can make it insane. And this is why I hold Kaspa long term. I don't hold Kaspa for this bull cycle and then forget about it for the next big thing. For example, you've got some other projects in this space which you probably think, I'll do well in this cycle, but you won't look at it again. Kaspa's one that I'm looking at for my lifetime. I'm holding Kaspa 10, 20, 30 plus years, as long as I can. At 14, less than 15 cents, 14.87 cents. I'm laughing. Just keep DCing into it as much as I can, and I know I'm going to be a millionaire. If I'm holding it 10, 20, 30 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. I could use 100 quid in it, I think I'd be a millionaire. For how much Kaspa could potentially rise in price is ridiculous. And the adoption there doesn't stop either. Again, it's not just... KRI and Marathon are two massive factors, don't get me wrong, but it's also, again, the meme token side of things. Listings as well, but meme token as well. Here, someone mentioned this yesterday, that Nacho was going to get a listing. And I knew I did. If you those who watched my stream 2-3 days ago, I predicted, okay, well, Change Finance, if their DEX is true and it comes out and they're listing the DEX, confirm that when Change Finance release their DEX, any KS20 tokens can be listed on there for free of charge. So that's going to be the free listing for Nacho. There's two more. One's going to be a small fee. One's going to be one that is big and global like Binance. It's not Binance, but it's like Binance, big and global, that also has a US branch. I said, okay, well, based on the fact that Kaspa has Uphold and Pionex US in the United States, therefore it makes sense that the only other exchange it could be for Nacho listed would be Pionex. Now, when the confirmation came out, I didn't say anything because I was like, okay, well, I predicted this, but I don't know if I can actually say anything about it. But it's come out now from Pionex themselves, Pionex US. They are now ready and eagerly awaiting to list Nacho, which is very, very cool. Very, very cool. I have mentioned in previous streams as well that Nacho actually, that Pionex right now actually have an interesting event based for my channel because of my community. Those who haven't yet signed up to Pionex US, if you were to do so today, you have until the 15th, so 10 days time, but you do so today. You sign up to Pionex through my referral link, which the referral link are in some of my videos. For example, they're in this one here, they're in this one here. You know, these videos here. You sign up to my referral link, then you can, and you deposit 100 USDT or more than that, you get an extra 10 USDT. Not to mention, you also have a chance to win into a giveaway as well of 100,000 Kaspa. So, the Pionex right now put on incentives for new users to sign up and use their account, and they're a trusted exchange. 47. They're regulated in 47 states, and I have people in my community who have used Pionex and it's very, very seamless, which is great to hear. And of course now they're listing Nacho. So Nacho's going to be on Change Finance. We don't know what the last one's going to be still, but Change Finance, One Unknown, and Pionex, which is cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. And this sort of listings and stuff are going to help with Kaspa adoption going forward as well. Well, the more adoption Kaspa gets through the KRI, the energy sector, through listings, this sort of stuff is going to help Kaspa's price appreciate more and more. Right now, Kaspa is undervalued. That for me, I think, is pretty evident. But in due time, we're at this again. As I mentioned yesterday, the analogy I used yesterday was we're in like a pot of water right now, where the water is boiling and it's bubbling over a little bit. And as more listings come in, you're adding more water to the pot, more and more developers. Eventually, that's going to just blow over and explode. And then you're going to see Kaspa's price borderline just shoot up like a rocket. And that's currently where I think we're at right now, especially with all the stuff that's happening, with crypto as well. All this stuff I'm going to get into in just a moment. And of course, I'm going to also talk about this thing as well from Shai. When Shai spoke at the Enterprise event, he made a good argument about why, Kaspa better than proof of stakes. We're going to listen to that as well. I'm sure people have listened to it already, but I think it's very, very insightful. So we'll listen to that in just a moment. But again, this is why I'm so bullish on Kaspa and why I hold it. Other projects I look into as well, of course, I hedge my bets, but Kaspa's one that I am most bullish on, have the biggest allocation in that because I know I strongly believe what's coming for it. Quick crypto in the house. Kaspa may land KuCoin. What tier do you rate Pionex? I think Pionex is probably a tier 2. If you look right now, let's go through the listings. Pionex is here, 32. Trading volume is actually down. I've seen that at over 2 billion before. Right now it's at 656 million. So that's quite considerable, truth be told. I've seen it at 2 billion. And weekly visit is just short of 1 million. I'll say it's a tier 2 because it's a US branch. It's a global exchange, pretty much in every corner of the world. Besides, I think Canada have problems, and I think United Kingdom have problems with it. But otherwise, it's everywhere else, to my knowledge, and it has a US branch. So, and again, it's one of the only few US branches that have Kaspa right now. It's Uphold and Pionex, and then if you don't have those, you don't want to use those two, you have to use the VPN. So, and Pionex is far, far cheaper than Uphold as well. I'm not sure what the exchange fees at Uphold are, transaction fees, but I know Pionex is 0.1%, so it's one of them the cheapest on the market as well. It's very, very cheap. But that's also what I think as well. Pepe KS20 is making some serious moves right now, and it's still early days. Yeah, Pepe has been doing some serious stuff right now. It's up. If I refresh the page, it was at 46%. Right now, it's up 60%. Kaspa's come down a little bit. So yeah, Pepe's doing quite good. Truth be told, it's good to see. Kaspa Frog, you finally updated your profile picture. Don't worry, I see that. Used to always be the I don't know what the I think it was a J actually, but it was orange, and now it got a Kaspa Frog. Wow. And now I know who you are. Good afternoon, Jay. Hope your week is going well. It's going very good, my man. Very, very good. I'm enjoying myself. Made a 5x on KS20 Pepe on mint day, but generally it was just an investment for a laugh. Going to cash it out in a few months for more Kaspa. That is a good idea. Again, I think meme tokens, my perspective on them has changed slightly. I still think they're just something to trade into and put into a real asset. I would not hold memes long term. But with if you find right now a grounded enough meme token that has enough community behind it. Again, it's purely based on community and the trend right now. Right now, we're seeing stuff about cat ball, about this cat ball token. It's ridiculous. Cheese ball. Cheese ball. It's a massive fat round cat. Everyone's talking about that right now. It's still on the deck screener, I think, but that one did very, very well recently. And if you find a community that's talking about it, like maybe it's worth looking into. But for the most part, meme tokens for me is something you can make. Again, you can make quick gains, fantastic. You're making money, but it's not something you should be in long term. I don't think. I think meme tokens are something you can make quick money into, and you should cycle it into a real asset that has some future use case. Right now, we're still in a cycle of hype and meme tokens and FOMO. As the years develop and the market matures more and more, the market will become one that is full of utility, use case. Stuff like XRP might do better. Stuff like Kaspa will do better. Stuff like Bitcoin will do better. Stuff that actually have a use case. The gaming tokens, when the gaming space takes off more and more, and games become more, relevant with the Web 2 Web 3 sector, and NFTs become more popular, gaming tokens will take off more and more. It's going to become down to use case. But right now, you're still in that limbo balance between the two of them. It's great to look into AI projects as well. AI is going to be very, very big. But I think you can make money in meme tokens. Right now, again, I'm looking into it more. I still will wholeheartedly say, again, not a financial advisor, of course, but wholeheartedly say, I'm not a big fan of meme tokens right now. Mainly because I don't understand them. It's stupid how I can just see some guy talking about a cat called Cheeseball or Moodeng and Hippo that's just jumping like 3,000x, and people are getting into it early and making, generational wealth, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's just stupid. But it's because I don't understand it. I get that it's my own naivety. But I still, for safety's sake, for my own clarity, but also because what I do I look at projects that I think have real good utility. That's why I hold for Kaspa. Kaspa's one that I think is just, again, Kaspa is where it's at for what it's done in its lifespan already, which is insane, and for where it's going to go in, next 10, 15 years. Under $1, God, I'm laughing. And every dip and people flooding it, I laugh more. I'll buy your dips, I'll buy your tears, fill it up. I'll fill my bags up more and more. I just want to go to bed and wake up to 50 Kaspa. Yeah, don't we all? I'd love to go to bed and wake up to $100 Kaspa. It would be amazing. People are not liking Pepe right now. Yeah, I mean, again, I understand something about Pepe is, it's kind of the derivative of the actual Pepe coin. People will shill projects, especially in the meme token side of things as well. Again, I've been looking through crypto Twitter recently, and I've been seeing stuff from meme tokens. The crypto Twitter with meme tokens is diabolical. The stuff they say is diabolical, and it's just shitting left, right, and center. So you've got to be able to ascertain and determine what is, legit and what's not. People are going to shill tokens. You've got to be careful of that. Very, very careful of that. But if you believe in a project, then go for it. Ultimately, you should believe in a project, then go for it. But, do your own research. That's all it comes down to. Meme tokens are a bit harder to do that because, it's a community. So the research will differ from, like, Kaspa research. Okay, what's Kaspa? The founder, Satoshi and Viv Zohar are mentioned in, 11-year-old research papers from Bitcoin. They're the ones who create. They're one of the experts of Bitcoin security. They, legit people. They've been mentioned in research papers from Ethereum's protocol to Cardano's protocol to Dot's protocol. They're experts by all means. Kaspa, of course, has some great technology as well. You've got Crescendo incoming. KRC20 has happened. Rusty. You've got smart contracts incoming. Dagnite. The protocol. Everything about. You've got loads about Kaspa, of course. Meme tokens, the research is different. It's kind of, okay, how good the community, like, how much of the dots it's different. Again, I don't have my head around it yet. But if you can find a good project and get into a meme token early and make a bag and flip it into Kaspa, I think you're laughing, mate. Kaspa looks good. I mean, yeah. Again, the big ones right now are the ones that have connections with the actual developers, like the people who actually are part of Casplex and KEF, and the big ones. So Natural, of course, is a very big one. Caspi's big. Pepe's gaining more traction. Kaspa Goat is quite big. Goad has got connections to the KEF. Despite their pre-mint, they're still very big, and they've got connections to them. People are talking about Notch. I've not heard it recently, though. People have been speaking about... it was Kaspa. Again, that's also pre-minted, but Kaspa is quite close to the KEF side of things as well. Somps as well, also close to the KEF. Again, pre-mint, people don't like the pre-mint. I get that, but it is close to the team. So there's a level of trust put in that regard then. But either way, if you look at it in terms of, volume, you can see Nacho and Kaspa are too high. So that's again, this one is due to the whole FOMO of this. Big list incoming, biggest one yet, That's the FOMO. That's why Kaspa is so high right now in volume, like it's right behind Nacho. But the fact that matters is no meme tokens right now has hit Nacho's all-time high of 2.2 million 24-hour trading volume. That's nuts. That's insane. Aut AI project is decent. Let's look at Aut. Sounds like I'm having a stroke there. Uert. Okay, decent. Market cap of 24 million, so it's a micro. For those unaware, again, anything under $100 million is a micro cap. Trading volume of 888,000. Listing wise, Gates, KuCoin, Mexi. So it's got some Pinex as well. So it's got some centralized exchange listing that's very, very good. So it's got the adoption side of things. I mean, no tier ones from what I can see, but still it's got the adoption side of things. That's quite good to see. Small project, launched earlier this year, down a little bit. Okay, that's one I'm going to also put in my list to look into then. For what I see, it's obviously a very, very small project, so it's hard to ascertain and determine how good it's going to be. But for the matter of that being that what I've seen here is AI project in itself of stuff that I'm looking into, because AI is going to be, I believe, quite big in this cycle and cycles to come. Very, very small, so it may miss the pump, but at the same time, you know, it's got some good listings here. The chart not the worst I've seen worse, of course. So it might do okay. The only thing I'm not too sure about is the supply side of things. But that's why I need to do more research into it and see what it's like. But thanks for the suggestion, Holistics. Is it possible that we are forming an upside down whack of tending to break down soon? Okay, Alexander. I'm guessing that was a lot of TA talk. Full disclosure, I'm not a TA savvy. Technical analysis. I do understand some basic elements of TA, because I think when you're trying to look into projects and research stuff like that, it's ultimately important to understand as much as you can about the space. So obviously real world sentiments, market sentiments, capital developments, those sort of things are important to see where the project's going to go. But TA also can help you determine where the levels of resistance and support may be. You see these green arrows I've drawn out. I can understand that Kaspa's right now got a lot of adoption coming into it. The stuff in crypto seemingly growing more and more and adopting stuff as well. But what matters is where the resistance is going to be. Right now we can see that from what historically speaking, the level of resistance seems to be around, this region here to an extent. Actually, maybe not this region. I don't know why I drew this one out. We've seen a rebound, here. Rebound here. There's also a rebound around this yellow part here. Golden fib retracement. And that's why you TA 4. I also did speculate that the TA guys will also probably correlate to this being a double bottom, because that's where the wick hit twice. Exactly. And it came up. Came back down, hit there again, didn't break past it despite the correction from the Middle East situation and the port strikes. And the port strike's now over as well. So I expect we're going to start seeing it push above and should break above 18 now. It shouldn't go below here. Again, if something happens again, market sentiment, if World War III breaks out, it's going to come down. There's no doubt about it. We'll have to wait and see. The election, of course, could be also a pivotal moment. I'm not saying it's going to jump up to above 18 cents this month. It might do. We'll have to wait and see what developments come out from it. But with regards to TA, I think Kaspa right now, it's tough to say. I think I'm looking at Kaspa more of a long-term side of things. I think Kaspa is in a position where upside potential is more likely than downside potential. I'll be surprised if Kaspa could, fine, it could, but I'd be surprised if Kaspa comes below 14 cents right now. I think Kaspa more likely going to stay above it. If you said before Christmas, is it possible? I think so. I think it is. If we get Kraken, which we should do, hopefully this month, not maybe next month. If we get Binance, which there seems to be, there's articles that point from like Coinpedia, which one? Yeah, Coinpedia Markets predicted that Kaspa's the most likely to be listed on Binance by the end of 2024. Again, this is just pretty impression farming, but either way, there's a sentiment behind Kaspa being one of the most likely to be listed on those projects very, very soon, which I think is understandable, because Binance have an exchange, a futures exchange. Futures market, they have a zero fees mining pool. They've had interviews with Kaspa, which is a very, very popular interview. They've made a hash rate understanding blog moment after the interview happens. So Binance is connected to Kaspa. Not to mention as well that in this roundtable, this interview, this X live space with Billy Goat's Tales, Wolfie confirmed in the 30th to 35 minute mark. If you read into this, 2 hour stream, I know it's quite long, but in the 30th to 35 minute mark, Wolfie confirmed to be talking to the major exchanges for the past, I think of the past like 6 months or so, the top 6 exchanges. So you can't say that they don't know about them. They do definitely know about these. They do know about Kaspa. The problem is they don't get a listing because, again, Kaspa's a fair launch proof of work. They're not going to pay them to get on the exchanges. They have to build up their own accumulation. That's why it's going to take time. If we get the listings, I think we'll see Kaspa reach 50 cents. I think the next tough, like, we'll see a level of resistance, I'm sure, going up constantly. But for me, the next big tough one's going to be around 35 here. Because that's where Shy, even though Shy isn't, the amount of Kaspa Shy is going to sell in the grand scheme of things won't be a lot. But the point being, he's one of the core members of Kaspa, and he said he's going to sell at 35 cents. So people are going to take that as like, okay, this is where Kaspa's going to rebound off and come back down. So expect to see people short Kaspa from that point. On monthly Socrates RSI, it created bearish divergence. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not too heavy on TA, but I'd be surprised right now to see Kaspa come below 14 cents because the market, again, if Bitcoin corrects, the market corrects, fine. But I mean, I'd be surprised by it ultimately because I think Kaspa's had its. I think Kaspa's in a position right now where it should be starting to rally soon. But I could be wrong. Again, I could be wrong. But I think ultimately right now, with what the developments are coming out again from Marathon, from the KRI, Kaspa is still on the verge of worldwide adoption, which will help very much in its price. And it might be one of the cases where you start to see Kaspa just staying low, people fudding it longer and longer, still FUD coming around. Adoption comes off, bang. Might see that. Have to wait and see. Somps looked at balance and have they now? Interesting. Their last post was, I don't know why it's letting me down here. Last was on the 3rd, so it's been about a week without posting anything. I mean, that's not uncommon. I mean, sometimes you look at Kaspa, for example, they sometimes go, ages without posting stuff. Obviously, the last one I posted was recently. But they have times they go ages without posting stuff. There have been times in the past. Trying to find an example here. I might struggle with that now. Watch me eat my words. The content creator's wrong. Well, it seems like I have eaten my words, but either way, yeah, I'm not that surprised by it. I mean, ultimately, the way you sort of see is, I mean, Somps' prices come down. They haven't been active for a week, so it does look quite worrying. But the way to determine whether it's a legit project or not, again, is you go to KEF. Why is it doing that? It comes down here. Look at their following. Alright, maybe I went to Chris Kang instead. Yeah, let's go to Chris Kang instead. We'll go to Chris Kang. Chris Kang, who is the Casplex co-founder. Look at his following. And you see, just scroll down, you've got Gold there. You've got Somps there as well. So that, for me, is at least enough to be, okay, if the Casplex co-founder is following Somps, then that gives me a level of, again, the pre-minting does worry me, of course. Of course it will, because I'm a Kaspa holder and I like fair launch. That's why I'm heavier in Kaspa than anything else. Despite other projects, might seem, the potential, they're not, they have VCs behind them, they are centralized, so they could be liable for a rug. That's, similar thing with Somps, but again, Casplex co-founder following something like, okay, I choose to have a little bit more faith in it. Good morning, Beaverman. Welcome back to the stream. Good morning, Minios. Wish you all the best in health and wealth. You know it. We're all going to make it, my man. Kaspa, Cass. You know it, Silver Grinder. Math, low, market cap gen on Coinbase. Let's have a look at math, shall we? Math. This one, I'm guessing. 25, yes, obviously microcap, as you mentioned. 500,000 24-hour trading volume. Coinbase, yeah, so okay, it's got Coinbase, that's very good. It's Coinbase market cap, of course. Gate, Mexi, Bitmart, so it's got some decent Radium, of course, big exchanges. I'm not sure what math is about. All time is up slightly. Launched, so this is its peak in the bear cycle of $3 roughly, give or take. So it's been around for some time. What's it about? Crypto platform that combines several applications, mass wallet, supporting 63 public chains. Okay, so I need to look more into this, but again, it's something. Again, the fact of the matter being, it's been here for a while. It did that in a bull cycle, come back down. So it should be one that could hopefully repeat that sort of cycle with all the institutional adoption coming through. So in that regard, from it being the position, that could be a 10x, maybe more. Again, this is what I've just this stuff I'm saying right now. It's a very, very surface level of research I'm doing from what little information I have right now. Coinbase, Gate, Mexi, Bitmart, microcap, not a lot of volume. It's actually just jumped quite considerably since I've been talking about this. You guys buying it now? But it's something that, again, I'll look into it. But it's stuff, if you want to get into this project, based on the fact that it's where it's at, and if it does return to its all-time high, that's a 15x. So that's something to look into, basically. Ron, my man, legend, thank you very much for the $2 donation. You've just made my day. I hope 100k Kaspa will make me $1 million by 2030. I mean, 100k Kaspa, I think, could definitely make you a millionaire by 2030. That just means you have to reach $10. And I would be very surprised if Kaspa does not hit $10 by 2030. I think $10 this cycle, there's a potential, but like a very, very small chance. But by 2030, with what Marathon are talking about with Kaspa more and more, with what KRI getting more and more on Kaspa, with Dagonite should be out by then, smart contracts should be out by then, tier ones all around the board should be on Kaspa. $10 Kaspa, I think, is, okay, not going to use the word inevitable because nothing inevitable in the space, but it's borderline guaranteed. It's very, very likely. So I'm sure you'll be a millionaire soon, my man. So big up to you for having that much Kaspa. You're one of the guaranteed millionaires, I believe. But thank you very much for the donation, man. You're a legend. I'm gonna like that as well. Exchanges bring liquidity Kaspa, the real deal. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I have to reiterate it, my man. I have to. As much as it does get tough to say exchanges, tier ones, but people forever and ever will be flooding Kaspa, and just their belief will waver a bit. And me, the content creator, is just trying to explain to you, Kaspa is on the verge of worldwide adoption. Patience is a virtue. Don't be emotional, be logical. Look long term. Don't look short term. Think long term for Kaspa. That's what Kaspa is. Not a short term thing. It's not this cycle. It's meant to be 20 cycles in the future. Again, it's quite exaggeration, but you get my point. Like, it's meant to be a long term thing. These exchanges, liquidity will come to Kaspa. Kaspa right now has 21 million volume. That's really low for Kaspa. That's one of the lowest I've seen it. Normally hovering around 50. But it will jump up. It will jump up soon, I'm sure of it. The KRT20 tokens, I think, are going to help massively with that as well. Also, because of Kaspa, for where it is, it's going to be dominant in the space because of the fact that it can take over the proof of stake world. Like, it's going to prove that proof of work can actually work as application, not proof of stake. But I'm going to play this video now and we listen and find out exactly why. Let me just actually put it on.
In crypto to begin with. So they give an indefinite advantage. If in proof of stake someone has like this cut of the coin that gives them this disproportionate control over the network, they can retain it indefinitely, virtually for free. Where in proof of work, if you have 90% of the voting power, you'd have to pay so much money in electricity, in operation costs, in buying and procuring new hardware just to keep your advantage. It's not taken for granted. It's much worse actually because there is a rich get richer dynamic because people who stake get money for staking, and the richer you are, the more money you have to stake, the greater fraction you have at each round. You just become more and more rich. And at the top of all, if you want to participate in the network and you want to be a validator, then in most, or if not all, high-performance proof of stake, you would need very expensive machines. So it's not a game for everybody. It becomes back an enterprise game that benefits the rich over the poor. And I mean, it has its own benefits, but it seems to have strayed away from what we were seeking out to do, or at least some of the people. So going back to proof of work.
Ultimately, proof of work is just for the people, for everyone, for all applications. Proof of stake is for enterprises only. Because the ones who have the money, the ones who have the whales will always win. Again, that's always going to happen in any sector to an extent. Even in Kaspa, the whales are almost going to win more. Because it's proof of work and it's decentralized and it's fair launch, everyone has a chance. With these big applications, with the likes of Ethereum and the likes of XRPs and the likes of HBAR Hederas and the likes of XNM, all these VCs, potentially Sui. Again, I'm not looking too much into Sui just yet, but I know Sui has VCs. The ones who are the ones that have the money, the ones control how the space works. So people like us, just praying and hoping that they're going to be doing the right thing for us, but they only care about what they want. Kaspa is for everyone. That's why we also like Kaspa. and Casper one that should be utilized by institutions. They're going to have institutional enterprise grade applications for Casper thanks to the KRI, and stuff for us as well. KRI pushing Casper adoption to major institutions is the most bullish catalyst. I couldn't agree more. So many applications for real use. I mean, I think Casper has so many bullish applications in itself. Smart contracts, Dagonite, tier 1s. KRI is going to be very, very big to get the adoption out there. It's going to have worldwide adoption. It should, in my opinion. It has all the applications right now to be the most utilized cryptocurrency in this space. Of course, I don't think it's going to be the number one and only one. I think they're going to be different aspects, different sectors. I think XRP might be one that's utilized by banks and stayed utilized by banks for the whole time. But Casper might end up taking over other sectors, energy, stuff like that. I mean, at the same time they're saying that, well, the KRI have a plan for Casper. They plan to bring out projects for the likes of Warp Core and Asset Mint, these two projects they mentioned in particular. And there are many, many more that will let Casper rival what Ripple and XRP are doing. So we have to see where it goes from here. Tactum, Octospace, and Zero Labs 1 are all decent projects, all doxed, ActiveX, low markup, cap, etc. I have got Zero Labs and I think Octospace in my list to look into. I've not got Tectum, so I'll look into that as well. But yeah, I mean, these are projects, again, low market ones. I think that I've seen them before, and I think they do have interesting they looked interesting enough for me to have put more research into it. But again, I'll be honest right now, I have been struggling with time. Like, you probably realised the last 2 or 3 days my stream's been going up a little bit late because I've been just doing stuff right up to the deadline of the stream time to launch, and then I'm just trying to get it up as soon as possible. So when I get some free time, which I'm hoping to have some this week, thank God, I'll be doing some much more research into other projects to try and build up my knowledge. And at the same time, that's also why I made my free Discord server, which is on screen right now on my homepage, in the description, also in the channel, in the chat, for me to create a community where all of us can talk about Casper, of course, talk about crypto marketing, but also talk other crypto projects, try and build our knowledge in everything. A space where we could all just hopefully just go and talk, but also then have information. If you want to find stuff about information like, I don't know what Octospace is about, go to the Discord server, go to the the tab, the protocol to part of. I think, I'm not sure if Octospace is a L1, if it's a D5, I'm not too much into it. If it's I know proof of work again, but we have like a subcategory. You go and find it in there. You find out a little bit of Octospace and do more research into it in your own time. That's a high day of the server in due time. But I'll definitely be looking into all of those, my man. Thank you very much for the suggestions. And I've just seen, just doing that, and then, yep, Casper is king, you know it, my man. Leroy, Moondeng's on Ethereum is only 12 markup and it's pumping. If it follows another one, big money. Yeah, I do agree. I think Moondeng's one of those like up and coming meme tokens, might be very, very big. There are other ones that people are talking about as well. I think meme tokens right now, it's worth expanding your horizons. That's what I'm doing it myself. Again, I don't like meme tokens for the most part, but I'm expanding my horizon because I don't want to be too biased about it. If I can make money through meme tokens, fantastic. I don't think, even if I make money through meme tokens, unless I'm got 100% conviction it's going to do well, I won't talk about it. Because the last thing I want to do is end up shitting you a project. Damn, okay. Thank you very much, Ron, once again, my man. That's $7 now. Jesus. Thanks for keeping the updates coming for the Casper family. Casper family, keep the faith in Marathon and the energy sector. You're absolutely right, Ron. Marathon, I made a video literally on it earlier today, talk about Marathon effectively confirming they're going to switch to Bitcoin to Casper. It's a bit of a clickbait title, I know, but the sentiment still stands there. Marathon are talking about Casper more and more, the fact that they're getting more involved, but I still think they're going to get in Casper. So again, thank you, Ron, for the donation. You're a legend, my man. Made my day once more. I don't even know what I was talking about. That completely lost my train of thought. Expand your horizon to meme tokens, because again, I was going to say, if I get into a meme token, I might mention it, but meme tokens, like me shilling Casper, is harder. Not that I want to shill you guys anything, because that's not my goal. My goal is to educate you, not to shill you stuff. But me shilling Casper is harder because it's a fair launch proof of work. Me shilling a meme token is very easy because it's just a community. There's nothing behind it. And the last thing I want to do is show you a project and then, get out of it, and then therefore you become extra liquidity. I don't want to do that to any of you. So that's why, for the most part, I don't believe I'm going to talk about meme tokens on my channel. I might get into them, but I won't talk about them. I might, highlight them here and there and say, oh yeah, Turbo's looking good. Oh yeah, Pepe's looking good. Oh yeah, Moonding's looking good. But I'm not going to, go too much into it because I don't want to end up, taking advantage of you guys. That's not my goal at all. I would hate to do that. Hate to do it. So, if you like meme tokens, by all means, go for it. I think more that if you make money and flip money into Casper and, make money from meme tokens, then yeah, more power to you. But, I want everyone to be careful when investing. Again, do your own research and be very vigilant, because meme tokens are gambles. Caspa for me is, you know, an investment as a guarantee. Meme tokens are gambles. You've got to be careful of them. Get long, get paid, Caspa number one. Yes, it is. 100%. Caspa is the crypto king, no doubt about it. Octospace is really good too. Yeah, I've got it down on my list to look into more. I think it was Crypto Alfie talk about Octospace a little bit. I think he's the one that kind of pushes that one as well. But it's something that I want to look into more. There are other projects, again, that I want to look into space. Right now, my main focus is on Caspa, of course. A little bit in XRP. I keep up with it because of the lawsuit, stuff like that. And because it's very tied to politics as well. But then, of course, gaming projects as well. But I've got other ones. I also got into SWE recently. I'm still researching into it more, so I might talk about it a bit more in due time. But I've gone to SWE because I think, you know, one of the leading DeFi protocols right now, I think. And, you know, it seems to be growing more and more in adoption. So it's something that I thought you might want to get into it now. It might be big runner in the cycle, who knows. But again, the amount of holding SWE is like 2% of my capital or something like that in Caspa. Thoughts on Alp, and I think I've been asked about this before. Let's have a look at them real quick. I think Alp is Alpium, which I just said, yeah, Alpium. Yeah, Alp is Alpium. I was like, yeah, I know people mine it to put it into... I know some people in my community, they mine Alpium to then flip it into Caspa. I haven't really got an opinion on it. I think it's just Caspa's better. But, I mean, it's slightly above the mark. It's been going up a little bit more, you know, going up a little bit. I don't think it's a bad project. I don't think it's something that I personally would invest into, personally. But if you want to get into it, by all means, go for it. But I've heard people like, I think it's Andy. He got a miner, a crypto miner, and he mines Alpium to then flip that profit and then mine into Caspa or something like that. And in terms of the other one, which was Xlis is not one I've heard of. That is a very, very small project. Holy. Mexi, CoinX. Okay, this one, I mean, it launched earlier, like 2-3 months ago, and it is up. That is, I mean, that's one that, I mean, I have to know more about it, my man Chris. I have to know more about it, because that for me, like, chart looks fine, but it's a very, very small project with very minimal adoption. So it's one that's like, okay, well, like, what is it? Because, like, this is one that very well could just pump and dump in the sense, because it's just got, I don't know enough about it, basically. So if you let me know, again, feel free to join my free Discord server in the chat, and just, you know, educate the community. Realistically, that's all it's about. Just ask. You can ask people what they think, and we do research into it together. Just give us a place to start. Ultimately, that's the community. Again, it's not to tell you, you know, this token's good, buy this token. It's like, this is what I think of this token. This is the information I have on it. What do you think? And then we kind of look through it when we can, and then give our own opinions if we can. I'll celebrate for hit 50 cents by Christmas, since, as you know, I'm a Kappa whale. Yeah, well, I think you'll be one of the happy ones, my man, definitely. Octospace and Tactum are both L1 and L2 super high utility. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I think those two are ones. Yeah, from what I've heard, they seem to be decent projects. So I want to look into them a little bit more. Maybe I'll get into them soon. They say that Solana is fixed, but if it craps the bed again, Capital will get more looks. Yeah, I know. Yeah, people are saying that. Solana is fixed. Solana's got problems all the time. It's not decentralized. It's got crap security. Casper will take it over in due time, I'm sure. There's no doubt about it. In that regard, then, so yeah, that's all. Again, what Shai especially talk about here, the fact that, you know, Casper being a proof of work is going to flip proof of stake, because it actually is for everyone. Whereas Solana, again, it's also proof of stake. It's not like, or it's not what Casper is. Casper is just a different category. But another reason why I believe Casper's going to take over soon, not just all to the marathon and the KRI for, you know, world mass adoption, also what happened to crypto in general. Right now, the stock market again is in extreme greed index. They're going to call it to crypto in due time, I'm sure. Right now, I think crypto's probably, you know, bordering on the neutral territory, but I think it's going to get to greed very, very soon. Out of the top 25 ETFs launched this year, 10 of them are Bitcoin ETFs. That to you tells you where crypto's going to go. Institutions have been heavily going into Bitcoin ETFs, as opposed to any other ETF in this space. It's been about Bitcoin. It's been about crypto. Crypto's going to be a massive, massive factor, no doubt about it. And Bitcoin right now is in the top 10 list of top 10 worldwide assets of $1.2 trillion market cap. It's like, this again, all these things are telling you where crypto is right now. Very undervalued. But this Bitcoin has a chance to reach maybe 3 trillion by the end of the cycle. If that's the case, it'll become, you know, just under Microsoft. Maybe more, like probably just behind Nvidia. That's insane. Obviously, these other ones are going to increase in value as well. The whole, you know, liquidity floods into the market for stocks as well. But Bitcoin's going to transform, and crypto's going to transform in this bull cycle and the cycle to follow as well. There's a reason why you got Michael Dell, who sells 1.2 billion stocks of his stocks, which apparently is hinted to buy more Bitcoin. All the big people talk about, look, this thing I showed yesterday, 10 trillion BlackRock asset manager presents Bitcoin that comes in Brazil, and they're literally talking about the fact that the dollar is losing purchasing power right here. Dollar's losing purchasing power, but you can then use Bitcoin instead. They're literally trying to get everyone to get out of fiat to get into Bitcoin. This is why I'm bullish on crypto. Why I'm so happy about where we are in the space right now. Why I'm bullish on Kaspa, because Kaspa's meant to be the Bitcoin 2.0 to solve Bitcoin shortcomings, and the KR are going to help transform that as well. Banek, Bitcoin is the obvious asset that's growing in front of our eyes. Again, it's the obvious asset. That's just simple as that. This is why I'm bullish on Kaspa. This is why I'm happy about Kaspa. This is why I think Kaspa's on the verge of mass adoption, and its price will correlate and explode with that as well. What about Dynex? Last thing I'm going to look at before I close the stream off today, because I do actually have something to be. But Dynex, 644 coin market cap as well, 500,000 trading volume, all time. It's up a little bit, launched early last year. Exchange listings, Gate, Mexi, Bing, Bitmart, XT. So it's got some good exposure. It's still up from its launch. Supply, not much. So that's circulating supply. So not much of a locked up. Okay, so I mean that also does look good. From what I've seen from this, looks okay. Dynex is a proof of useful work. Okay, what is a proof of useful work? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I mean, I'll look into it because I look into it, but what does a proof of useful work even mean? It sounds like a dig on what Bitcoin and Kaspa are. I'm not dissing the project or dissing you, because I'm just saying that made me laugh a little bit. Proof of useful work. Fair enough. I look again. I've got a whole list, here, a whole list of other stuff I want to look into, and also my watch list here. I've got so much stuff to look into. People have told me about. I'm like, I'll look into it and just give a little 2 cents on it, but we'll see what happens with that. I've got a few friends into Kaspa people here about it. Jump straight in. Well, that's good to hear, my man. Again, Leroy, you're the man of the people. That's why you're also one of my mods, because I know you're very passionate in this space. Despite it being, if you're new to crypto, you seem to need to know how to do your research, and you seem very passionate, which is what you want to hear in this space. People who are passionate, people who want to do their research, people who are not going to be blind and just invest into stuff. They take their due precaution, do their due diligence, and also try and be a focal point to help other people, in the times we need right now. So big up to you, my man. I'm having 55k when Lambo. Well, it depends. Depends. I think if you want to wait, 10 years, maybe. Well, no, you don't need 10 years. If you want to get a Lambo, that's fine. If you want to be a millionaire, then maybe, 10 years. But yeah, I mean, $3 cap would be amazing. I'm holding it long term. I'll take profits here and there, peak the bull cycle, $1, $2, so on and so forth. But I think for the most part, I'm going to be just, holding cap a long term and make my bags. I missed the first cap of pump, but I'm happy to see I'm early on Kaspi. Yeah, I think Kaspi is also one that might be alright. But again, that's a... If you talk about Kaspa in terms of the Kaspa token, or like Kaspa coin, then I don't think you're late. You might be the first pump, but you're not late. You're still early. Talk about Kaspa and the goes to Kaspa, then you might be the first pump, but I'm guessing you won't talk about that. But yeah, I mean Kaspi, I think Kaspi would be a decent one. One of the top 3, top 4 meme tokens for Kaspa. We'll see the adoption take off very, very soon, with the listing coming very, very soon as well, which is also very exciting. But that being said, that will be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching. As always, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. Thank you for the donations, my man Ron. And I will catch you all tomorrow, hopefully. Same Kaspa channel, same Kaspa channel.